That's song over though.
Hey Danny, you made it
Baby, I'm heavy stepping on the cause I'm a dope nigga. Hang with the killers and the robbers and the dope dealers. I'm with the crack and never lacking, fearing no nigga. She wanna f with a star, not a broke nigga.
Yeah, I grew up in the set, you know, 75th and Fig, Quiet Side, all types of shit.
Can't make no friends with the weak, I know the real killers. We ain't tryna fit in with no crowd cause I don't feel niggas. You heard the rumors, that's a promise I appeal niggas.
In today's video, we're going to be speaking about Jay Heartless from 7-4 Hoover. We're going to break down everything from his early life to how he would be shot to his cases. But let's dive right into it. Now, like we just said, Jay Heartless would be from 7-4 Hoover, and his whole family would be from there too, including his mother and his sister. And his mother's name would be Lady Red, and his sister went by Lil Tweety.
Lady Red raised a nigga, made him trophy up. Thankful for the good days when I was growing up.
Did you grow up with moms and dad in the house? Yeah, I grew up with my mama. My mama from the set and all that, you know, Little Lady Red, but...
Oh, your mom's from the set too.
But unfortunately, in February of 2004, his older sister, Little Tweety, would be murdered at the age of 20. And she was murdered after an argument between her crew, which was the 7-4 Hoover females, and females from 8 Trey Gangsters. And at the time of the murder, Jay Heartless was only 5 years old. And as you can see in this picture, this would be him at her gravesite. And may she rest in peace, and I'm sending my condolences. And like we said early on, Jay Heartless would be around the Hoovers considering his mom was one. And as you can see right here, you would find pictures online of him celebrating his birthday at Sunrise Motel.
I'm a Sunrise baby, raised in a dope game.
And at one point, Sunrise Motel was a trap spot for the Hoovers on 83rd Street in Figueroa. And a few years ago, the city of Los Angeles shut it down. But now let's dive into Jay Heartless's cases and how he was shot. And first, we're going to talk about the cases that he would get DA rejects or that he would beat. In between the 4-year span of April 20th of 2018 and June 2nd of 2022, he would be arrested for carrying a loaded firearm 2 separate times, one for in a vehicle and one for carrying a concealed weapon on a person. And on separate cases, he was also charged with attempting to destroy evidence, trespassing, receiving stolen property, grand theft of money, burglary, another firearm case, and more. But on May 19th of 2020, he would be arrested for discharging a firearm into an occupied building, and he would also be charged with 1 count of discharging a firearm where a person might be endangered. And this right here would be the situation that he was also shot in. But when detectives arrived at the scene, they would gain access to the cameras. And when they reviewed the footage, they would see that Jay Heartless was in a gunfight with somebody that wasn't known. And the shooting would happen right in front of the leasing office. Jay Heartless was already inside of the building when somebody would spot him. Jay Heartless's enemy would then attempt to enter the building, and right as he was at the entrance, they would exchange words. And after a few seconds, they would both exchange gunfire. And unfortunately for Jay Heartless, he was shot a few times in his leg. But luckily for his enemy wasn't hit. Detectives would then see them both flee the scene on footage, and they would see Jay Heartless hop into a vehicle, and then he would get dropped off at the hospital. And unfortunately for Jay Heartless, when he was released from the hospital, he would be arrested for the shooting. And don't forget that LAPD would say in the paperwork that the other shooter was unknown, so clearly Jay Heartless kept it solid. Jay Heartless was the only person arrested for the shooting, and he would have to sit in the county jail for a couple of weeks. But eventually they would dismiss the case, and I'm assuming due to self-defense reasons. And don't forget that the shooting took place in 2020, which was during the 4-year span of him being arrested and having a bunch of cases dismissed or DA rejects. And the last case that he was arrested for happened on October 9th of 2023, and he was arrested for 2 separate counts. 1 count of carrying a loaded handgun, and 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon on a person. He would then fight this case for a little under a year, but on June 11th of 2024, he would take a plea deal. And he would take a plea deal on both counts, and they would sentence him to 73 days in the county jail and 2 years of probation, and he would be able to run them concurrent. And since then, Jay Heartless has been staying out of trouble and focusing on music. And if you haven't yet, go check out some of his music, because in my opinion, he's one of the most hardest rappers coming out of LA right now. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. It's Respectable Rants.